hear yourself?
I don't hear me. No.
All right.
Yeah. Who was using that?
Wow. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Okay.
Are we good?
Can you make sure we're recording? Okay, I trust you. I can't see you're blocking.
See?
Okay.
All
right.
Double checking, triple checking.
All right.
It's all good. All going on the podcast.
Oh, we're recording. So, hey, welcome to What Difference Does It Make?
Oh, good start. Woo!
We love the 80s.
Yes, indeed we do. We should do a podcast about this.
How about we call it What Difference Does It Make?
I don't know. That's crap. I don't like it.
I like that one. That's what we're calling it.
Damn it. All right, fine. Hey.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Holly. What's going on?
How you doing?
Stop it. I'm doing great. It's been a little bit of a while.
It's been, and I've missed you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think.
You've been traveling, seeing the world, and living a life.
I have been. But this is living the life, too.
Stuck in the studio?
This is the favorite part of my week.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
All right.
I love this.
Nice. I do, too. It's fun. Let's continue to do this.
Why did your voice rise a couple of octaves?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I love it, too. You know, I can do it myself. If you just want to quit, I'll just carry on myself.
Oh, my God, no. Don't you dare.
Okay. No, I wouldn't. I couldn't.
You're already breaking off. You're doing the Stevie Nicks thing.
No.
I'm doing the solo thing.
I'm committed to you. You know, our manager said that they thought I should go it alone, but I said I'm not doing this without Dave.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. God, that manager. We got to get rid of that person.
Yes. They take a lot of money, too.
I know. They're taking all of... I don't have any money from this podcast. Why
the manager takes it all.
Is that right? Is that how that's working?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Yeah, okay. We got to work something out.
So
what are we doing?
Can we get back to KROQ? Because I really want to count some more down.
Yes, we are counting them down. What year are we at?
We are in 1982, and we are at number 50 on the KROQ, the world-famous KROQ, Rock of the 80s. I don't know if you can put all those together because they are the world-famous KROQ, and they are also the Rock of the 80s.
Yes.
We are counting down the chart from 1982.
Yes, this has been fun. Yeah, and as I've mentioned on every episode, they redid this countdown, and but we're going off the original countdown because there's a number of songs that time has forgotten.
That we feel we should include.
Yeah, there's a lot of these artists that are like, I don't remember this, but then you play it, and thanks to YouTube, it's all there.
Yep.
You can play it and enjoy it.
And I got to say, 50 to however far we're going today, there's some interesting ones in here.
This we started off with a bang, or with some killer pussy.
Some killer pussy. Teenage Enema Nurses in Bondage.
Yes. Did you listen to the song?
Yeah, I didn't even have to listen to it. I remember the song vividly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, although it's funny. So Killer Pussy, they say it's
from the album Bikini Wax.
Yes, led by Lucy LaMode.
Lucy LaMode.
But they call them a satirical punk rock new wave band. At the time when this song was popular, I wouldn't necessarily call them satirical.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
totally. I mean, I don't know. I was listening to it again, and I immediately thought of the B-52s.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I mean, that little cheesy keyboard. And
yeah.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It is good stuff. Can you name any other pussy bands? See,
Pussy Riot?
Very good.
Thank you.
Nice.
Others?
Do you remember Nashville Pussy?
Nope.
Okay. They were a rockin' band from probably late in the 90s, early 2000s. They still might be around.
I do not
there's a current band called Thunder Pussy that's pretty good.
Oh, yes.
And Pussy Riot. So still good.
Yes.
I mean,
still effective in the name.
Oh, totally. You could always name your band after your pet cat.
Yep. Can I give you just one fun fact before we move on?
Please, because I don't have any fun. Oh, yes. I will have one other fun fact because I will always ask you, is this on the KROQ list now? Or is it the song that has been forgotten?
I'm going to guess it's still there.
It is still there.
Yeah. This was a big KROQ. This was a big KROQ.
I was kind of surprised. I thought, I don't know. No. Yeah, one hit wonder, but still being played on KROQ and recognized. So that's nice.
Yeah.
All right. So give me the fun fact.
So Lucy LaMode, who I said was the lead singer, despite her self-described horror persona, She was a virgin all through the height of the group's success. She never used drugs, and she did not have her first beer until the age of 26.
There you go.
How about that? For the lead singer of a band called Killer Pussy and a song called Teenage Enema Nurses in Bondage. How about that? There you go.
I think a lot of singers are actors. I think you see that
persona.
a lot. Yeah, it's always a persona. I think you see that a lot in hip hop. Like, I think a lot of like someone like even Cardi B, where she's, she puts on this persona, but then you see her talking on interviews, and she seems very humble and she kind of seems genuine. But you don't hear that in hip hop, and I think that's a lot. It's just always boastful. But there's, and I think. But that's not necessarily the lifestyle they lead. It's just kind of... Yeah,
it's a persona. It is because you get to be someone else if you want.
Exactly. I think so. I think that's what happens a lot with in movies and in entertainment.
Movies, though, I think more so, and here I'm just postulating here.
Go ahead.
I think they want to believe who they're seeing on stage in music is who the person really is, as opposed to, when you see someone in a film or in the theater, that they're acting, that is not. I mean, for the most part, that isn't them.
There's a little of both. I mean, I think when someone's singing a song, it's a little bit of their personality. Yeah, it's them. I mean, obviously, especially if they're a songwriter, but it could be taking on a different persona in a song.
Yeah.
But then also in movies, I think you see a little bit of. I mean, you're watching Brad Pitt. It's Brad Pitt. I mean, he could be acting and doing something different, but you know that's Brad Pitt, and that's he brings a little bit of his Brad Pittness to every
It's
role.
True, and you can't help but think about their the stuff about them personally, or alternately with singers. Okay, I'll use Adam Levine as an example. We know he's married to Patty Prinsloo, the Victoria's Secret model.
I do now.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, we thought. Well, as fans, we know that this is common.
What was a Maroon 5 fan called? Is it like it's not Fanalo, it's or a maroon head,
a moron. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can come up with a clever name for us.
You're a 5 head or something.
Fiver?
I don't know. You come up with something because I know you are one of those. And a pink head and a maroon head.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, pink. I'm so excited. Anyway, so when he's singing, and she is in at least one of his videos, his wife. I think it's for Animal, the video Animal. But whenever he's singing, because you know him and you know of him and he's married to her, that you always want to, or you always tend to believe that he's singing about her. Whatever song he's singing, he's singing about her.
That's interesting. Okay, no, that's good.
I don't know. I don't know because I would prefer to think he's singing about me.
Right. Well, that's why it works. It's open to interpretation. Who's he singing to?
Right. No, but see, I just think he's singing to his wife.
Okay, and that works for you, obviously.
I guess if he can't be singing about me, it works that he's singing about his wife.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the shirt on or off when he's singing to you?
It's both. He takes it off while he's singing to me.
Do you like the tattoos? Do you like that look?
I don't know across the board, but I happen to like it on him. I like tattoos.
Okay. Tattoos on Jews? You approve of that?
I'm good with tattoos on Jews. I'm a tattooed Jew.
I know, but it's not like on your chest. It's not.
How do you know?
Not covered. I don't. I'm assuming something. I don't know. So,
I do have a new one, though.
Do you? What'd you get?
I do. I got an oyster. My
an oyster.
Best bud, and I got oysters on our feet for a particular reason.
Okay, I do know that your feet are covered in tattoos apparently now, right?
No, just one on my foot, one on my ankle.
Well, that's, the foot region. What's going on?
But they're two separate feet.
What type of oyster is it?
It's a pretty oyster. Are there different types of oysters?
I don't know. Is it from Maine? Is it from, where? Or
do they make
Canada?
Oysters in Maine? Yes, it's a Canadian oyster.
It's a Canadian oyster.
Yes.
Canoyster.
Very good. Yes, it's a canoyster.
I like just mashing words together, as you can tell.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's nice.
So yes, I don't mind my Jews tattooed.
Oh, but you've partnered with people. You've partnered with your daughter and with your best friend.
Yes.
Your bestie. You have sames.
Yes.
Kind of like necklaces, like whether it was
like a mitzvah. Remember the mitzvah? The split hearts.
Yeah.
We used to call them mitzvah.
Oh, is that what that was called?
That's what we call them. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if that's because all my friends were Jewish. I don't know.
Okay. Learning so much today.
Yes, but exactly the same concept, except we have full tattoos.
Oh, right.
We don't each have half.
But they're identical.
Yes.
Okay. And you got them together?
We did.
Were you holding hands?
No, we did them one at a time.
In separate places or
no, at the same place, but she went first. Same tattoo artist.
You should have ran right after that.
I was tempted to when she described it as the feeling of an X-Acto knife carving the same place on your foot over and over.
Yeah, no thanks. It's not for me.
Yes. It hurts. And supposedly, FYI, that might be the most painful place on the body to have a tattoo. This is what the tattoo artist told us.
I'm sorry, where?
On the top of your foot.
Oh, yes. I've often heard that when if you're being attacked or something, just step on the top of their foot. And that's how you can, really
I never heard that.
Yes, hurt your opponent. Or like right in the throat. You just got to stab them with your harsh fingers.
But my point will hurt.
Yes. All right.
Oh, well, had I wish we would have had this discussion before, so I would have known.
All right, just keep the face clean, please.
Yes.
That's all.
Well, the teardrops.
Okay. Well, yeah, there are forever.
So be careful.
Oh my God.
You'd be my first teardrop. Just kidding.
Oh. After you kill me.
If I want to do this show alone.
That's right. Pour one out for my homie. Oh, all right. So that's the podcast. Have a good night. Check you later.
Over and out. Just kidding. Over and out, Dave, for real.
Oh, my God.
Watch your back.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay, 49.
Oh, okay. Where are we?
49. This one shocked me.
Shocking? Why? Why is this so shocking?
I was surprised to find Tom Petty still on the countdown in 1982. I thought we were done with Tom Petty in 1981.
Yes, this was his highest charting song on KROQ in 1982. You
Got Lucky.
You Got Lucky from The Long After Dark.
Yes. Good album, and I love Tom Petty. I was just surprised to find him on the KROQ chart at this point.
I think this was still battling. This might have been the last. This was probably the last hurrah. When we go to 1983, I think there'll be
Tom Petty.
There will be less, of the songs that you heard on KLOS and KMET. There won't be any more of those songs. No mixture.
No.
Never the twain shall meet.
Well, we'll see. Remember this when we move on to 1983.
All right. What? So you do like You Got Lucky?
I like this song. It's funny. We were just talking about, your artists basing their persona being their persona, and it having their songs maybe having to do with their own life. This song specifically says not based on, or appears to not be based on, Petty's real life because he'd been married since 1976.
Oh, okay.
So,
and the song, it's
because he starts with the good love is hard to find is kind of the theme of the. Well, which I guess could be. I guess it could be really about his, because he did find a good love.
Yes.
But she says in the song, he tells a girl that she got lucky when he found her, and he warns her that she couldn't do any better than him, which is funny because that's not really a Tom Petty persona.
Yeah, it's kind of boastful, but it works.
Yeah. You like the song?
I do like the song. I have the album. Actually, I actually picked out the vinyl. Like, oh yeah, I think I still have this. Yeah, I mean, it's a good song. I remember this song. I don't remember the album too much, and it was always good to hear Petty on the radio. Petty, he's one of those crossover artists. I think he kind of worked both ways. I think both ways, meaning like your traditional AOR artist and still kind of considered new wave, kind of bordered both of those. One of those rare artists that could do that.
Yeah, I just never really saw him as a new wave artist, but a rock, classic rock.
Yeah. No, it was great. I mean, it was great for Petty because he got, the kids were still listening to, got to hear him and kind of got introduced to Petty. And so, that's one of the reasons he had a very long career.
They say he was one of the few rock American rock bands that embraced the concept of music videos for MTV. Which is good. He did some great videos. Remember when the video for it was shot in the West Side Pavilion when the West Side Pavilion was new.
Yeah, Free Falling.
Yeah.
No, he's got
thinking, hey.
He won the Video Vanguard Award.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I know for sure he did. He did win one of those. So yeah, he loved those videos. It was good. Yes, I know. Deep sigh indeed.
Yeah.
He will always be missed.
Yes.
But the music will always be played, which is good. Always nice. Here's one that, and by the way, You Got Lucky is not on the updated list, not surprisingly.
Oh, very interesting. I would have guessed that.
Yeah.
Had you given me the opportunity
Okay,
to get something right.
All right. Fine. Okay, so this next one, an artist named, the band's called Slow Children, Spring in Fialta.
Yep.
Okay. Do you know anything about this?
That's funny. This song didn't spring to mind with Slow Children. There were 2 other hits. So no, are you asking me about the song itself or about Slow Children?
Actually, both.
Why don't you tell me something?
I don't know much, but yeah, I did remember when I heard that song. I remembered it, and I think you're also talking. There's a song called "President Am I?"
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, once I played that, like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
yeah. It was a duo. This woman, Pal Shalzar. She was married to Jules Shear.
Yeah, which I did not know until I was researching them.
Yeah. So, and also a songwriter. She wrote some songs with Matthew Sweet. And actually, I'm gonna hold up a visual for you because you love the Waterboys. She designed this picture or this cover for the Waterboys album.
Oh, this is really nice.
Yeah.
This is pretty. Good colors. Good. We'll post a picture of it.
Yeah. Dream Harder by the Waterboys.
That's great.
Yeah. So she still does that.
She's an artist.
She is totally an artist. Yeah. And actually, this band is still together. I actually went on YouTube. And she performed this actual song in, like a couple years ago in Silver Lake. And
she did?
Yeah, both of them. I guess they're still together, sort of, or once in a while they get together and they play. And yeah, she looked great. Still, it was kind of fun. They just did like this acoustic version of the song.
How fun!
Yes, I think so too. It's great. You know, like something you did in your 20s, and then you move on, do something else, and then once in a while, like, hey,
it's fun to come back.
Let's bring the band together and just kind of play some songs, and
let's get the band back together.
Yeah, especially if it's just a duo. Well, let's play. So I like this. That's why it's kind of exciting to go through these old songs. Songs that time forgot. Like I forgot completely about Slow Children, but then you play it like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
I like this. It's it's nice.
I'm guessing this song though is not on the.
Oh, definitely. That is definitely not on there.
Yeah.
But still wonderful.
Yeah.
Still, it's worth listening to. When you check out our Spotify playlist, please make sure to
check out Slow Children. Spring in Fialta.
Yeah, do the search, do the deep dive. I started doing the deep dive, and like all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, Jules Shear. Can you name a song that Jules Shear wrote?
Oh God.
Okay. He had two songs that you probably know. One is by the Bangles. It's If She Knew What She Wants.
Oh yeah, I love that
which
song.
is a great song. Yeah. And then he co-wrote All Through the Night with Cyndi Lauper.
He did?
Yeah.
What were some of his own? I know he had his own. He had a couple of hits.
He did, and I did not. I was like, I'm going to stop the deep dive because I will do a deep dive. He, producer and did his own solo work. He had like minor hits, and I think he hosted some TV show, like a variety or not, like a music show on MTV. He was kind of like an '80s, he was kind of like a timeless Dolby type person, where everyone's kind of. Somehow
has his hand in everything.
Yeah, he had his hand in a lot of different things.
Played backup here, produced this.
Right.
Yeah,
he was one of those guys. So so there you go. So there's your Slow Children, Jules Shear. It's all connected.
I hope we see Slow Children again on this countdown.
Oh, will we?
I hope so. I'm not looking ahead. Don't tell me.
I don't know. I'm okay. I don't know. I haven't even looked ahead. I'm so focused on what we're doing right now.
I'm happy that you're living in the moment.
Yes, eyes on the prize. There we go. Focus.
All right, eyes on the prize. Which next?
Focus on number 47. Wild Sex in the Working Class.
Oingo boingo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready for your test? Can you name the movie that this song was in?
Yes, I can. 16 Candles.
Of course.
Yes.
Farmer Ted. Who's the guy, the geek? The geek's dancing to.
It's Anthony Michael Hall.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anthony Michael Hall is like
the dorky dance.
Yes, doing his dorky dance to this song.
Yeah. I was thinking of Long Duck Dong. Isn't that from this?
It is, yes. Yeah. It's one of those movies, I think, kind of like Breakfast at Tiffany's, where you, looking back on it, it's just kind of horror. Some of the parts are very cringeworthy. And watching 16 Candles, sometimes it's a little cringeworthy. It's not like, it
like
is,
you remember it.
It is, excuse me, it is of its time. A couple very offensive things going on. They're like, oh my God, this is how we thought. Or
I think I'm going to have to rewatch it.
It's still great. It's still really good. However, again, I'm going to think of, I can't remember the boyfriend's name, or the one that Molly Ringwald was in love with.
It wasn't Andrew Shue?
No, it was a guy this was his only movie. He's kind of a jerky boyfriend. He's kind of a jerk too. In this, he's just bored all the time.
Did we think he was a jerk at the?
No, he was just dreamy and the ultimate. But I don't see what Samantha. See, I remember all about Molly Ringwald, and Samantha was her name.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, the boyfriend was. I don't know if he was a one-hit wonder. His name was Michael Scheffling. He played Jake Ryan. That was the
Ryan.
boyfriend.
That's it.
Yeah.
Jake Ryan.
God, I forgot.
Jake Ryan. Not the best of the '80s boyfriends, movie boyfriends. He probably wouldn't be the best. I think Bender would probably be better from Breakfast Club if you were.
Well, yeah, if you were choosing the bad boy. But I'm looking at, and I had forgotten he was in this movie, John Cusack.
Oh yeah, John.
Who I have a massive crush on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cusack had some great '80s teen movies.
Oh yes.
Better Off Dead. Yeah, Say Anything. Better Off Dead is one of my, and The Sure Thing.
Sure Thing.
That was a good one too. Although, again, probably rewatch these things and go, oh my God.
Yeah. No, I'll feel I may feel that way about the movies, but I'll feel exactly the same about John Cusack.
Okay. Yeah, you should. Yeah, he's a good guy.
He is.
High Fidelity, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. And he's dreamy.
Okay.
And smart. Smart, which I love.
Okay. Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to trust you on that.
Yeah. And, yes.
All right. You're going down the Cusack.
Yeah, I'm going down the
Cusack tunnel, wherever.
Yeah.
So that's do you have anything? Deep size. Okay.
Yeah. Anything else you got on wild sex in the working class? Wild sex, parentheses, in the working class?
Yeah. I really don't, actually. Yeah. Oingo Boingo,
This was a good album. Nothing to Fear.
Yeah. What else was on there?
Private Life.
Okay. That was a good one.
Do you remember Whole Day Off?
No. I don't think I ever... I think I bought the Oingo Boingo EP, when they first came out. And I think that might have been the only Oingo Boingo I owned.
Oh.
But of course, I heard them consistently on KROQ.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire 80s.
Yeah. Gray Matter was on this also.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
So did I ever tell you I saw them at the I saw them at the Palace. I've seen them many times, but I saw them at the Palace. Remember the Palace on?
Of course.
On
now Bardot.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been there since it was that.
Go. They do. It's a school night every Monday night. You can. They have like free show. It's like a free show. You can go there.
See,
it's nice,
fun stuff.
I haven't gone in a long time. Okay.
All right.
If you could stay, can you stay out late?
I get to stay out very late. Yes.
Really? Wow.
But I actually fell asleep. I was sitting in the. I'm a good sleeper. In case you didn't know that about me, I fell asleep sitting in the chair. You was standing on the bottom floor, but there were seats up above in the balcony, and I fell asleep during an Oingo Boingo show once. Not because they were boring. I think I was just tired.
That's funny. I always laugh at my wife because when we were in college, or not in college, actually, we had already graduated. We were living in New York, and we saw Jane's Addiction at the Ritz, and I was down, in the pit, and Janice, she didn't want to be in the pit already, so she was upstairs sitting down, and it was, for me, it was like the greatest show ever. It was like, 1990, Jane's Addiction, Ritual Dill Habitual came out, and I was like, and it was phenomenal, probably one of the best concerts I ever saw. And then afterwards, I'm like all, on high. And
did you have to wake her up?
And she said, I think I fell asleep during the show. Oh my God. Yeah, so
you stayed with her. You knew it was love because you stayed with her when she fell asleep during.
Yes. Still one of my favorite shows. That was that was great. That was like, that was funny. Yeah. And it happens. You get comfortable, you fall asleep.
Yeah, that's what happens when you sit down. I guess if you really want to see a show, you should stay standing.
Never sit down.
Yeah. I would tell you. I'm sure I told you this. We've spoken about him before. We saw him at the Perry Farrell at the Skirball Center at the Noah's Ark exhibit when Chelsea was little. She was probably in preschool. I went with a friend and we saw him, and it was so out of context. He was with his wife and kid, or girlfriend and wife, I don't know, and kid. Uh-huh. And we just looked at it. It's out of context, You're
sure. It's like seeing a museum. It's like seeing your teacher outside of her outside the classroom. Like, what are you doing here?
Right. Don't you live at school?
Don't you? Yeah. Like, Harry, don't you live on stage?
What are you exactly? Or in a recording studio?
Yeah. What do you? Don't belong here. He's one of the chosen ones, so he can see at the Skirball.
Exactly.
All right, let's go. Oh, look what we got here. Number 46. I don't know. This is another King band.
Yes. King Cotton, though. Different. Way different than King Crimson.
All right. So I actually do not know anything about this, so please tell me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. I mean, there's a lot of Kings. There's Josie Cotton also, but this is not a. They're
also different.
Also different.
They were kind of like funky. I didn't remember the song. I remember King Cotton the band, and I think they were kind of this song was like a sort of a dance funk hit.
Can tell you as I look on this, it says King Cotton is a slogan which summarized the strategy used before the American Civil War by pro-secessionists in the southern states.
Oh.
To claim the feasibility of secession and to prove there was no need to fear a war with the northern states.
That's where they got their name?
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just reading what Google tells me.
Well, yes, okay. This song, Stick It to the Grind, became KROQ's most requested song of 1982. It says it opened several new career paths for the singer, sharing bills with the Talking Heads or playing gay clubs in San Francisco and New York. That's great. I love this. They actually called him King Cotton. That was his name. Yeah. That was the name he went by.
Yes, King Cotton is the stage name of Dickie Stoney, a Texas blues singer born in 1945.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. He's been around. I mean,
Here we go. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
King Cotton achieved particular notoriety in the past 2 decades due to his appearance with John Cusack and Tim Robbins in the 1988 film Tapeheads.
Oh, which I did not see.
Most notable about the role as Roscoe is his end title song Roscoe's Rap, which has become a cult favorite on YouTube. He also appeared in the 1989 film Blaze, starring Paul Newman.
Oh, okay. So he had a little kind of a varied career.
And it gives you on Wikipedia, it gives you a link to King Cotton's MySpace page. Oh.
And then does that take you to an error page?
Yeah. Oh, well, it's...
Look, he's collaborated with everybody. He collaborated with Walter Becker and Donald Fagen. Yeah.
So King Cotton.
Okay. Well, I that's funky. I kind of like that.
It is.
Not kind of. I like that a lot.
No, and that's, as we listen to that is a Freddie Snakeskin song. Yeah. This is what I've learned, is that, there are Freddie Snakeskin songs, and that is definitely one of them. Stick to the grind, King Cotton. Yeah. Of course, it is a song that time has forgotten because it's no longer not on that list.
But it will be on our Spotify playlist.
Correct. Also, missing from the KROQ current favorites of 1982, but on this list, an LA band, the Blasters, American Music.
Yes.
Yeah.
I figured it would be missing, but were you a fan?
Oh, I was so much a fan.
Yeah.
So much. Dave and Phil Alvin, just a phenomenal brother combo that, again, brothers, I guess, I don't know if they get along or not. Sometimes they play together, sometimes they don't. I think I'm sure there were, like all brothers, they had their differences.
Like the Gallaghers?
Like the Gallaghers and like the Davies, like the Robinson brothers from the Black Crowes, like the Everly brothers. Like, I mean, just go on and on and on. No, but brothers just can't get along for a bit of time until they realize they can't. They need each other.
But that's a lot of time spent together when you're making music together.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And plus, your deep, dark secrets, too. And a lot of that, I'm sure, comes out, too.
Yeah.
But, American Music was just a fun... I mean, it was rockabilly, but it was still great lyrics and just Phil Phil had this phenomenal voice. Still does.
You never see it. You really mostly see Dave. So I don't know.
Well, Dave has his own thing, and Phil, I think Phil I don't know who owns the name The Blasters. That's kind of that's also a sticky situation, I'm sure, at times. But yeah, you will see the Blasters play, but I'm not sure who's in the band.
So one of the Alvins is still in the band at least.
Yes.
Speaking of seeing them play, and I swear I did not remember this until they showed up on this countdown.
Okay.
So I saw them. I told you I saw Queen in, I want to say it was 1980 or 1981.
Okay. Yes.
At the Forum, and I think the Blasters opened for them.
Really?
And I had zero recollection because I was not I wasn't into it at the time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We should confirm that. Members of the rock group Queen called a Blaster show and asked them. This was in 1990. Oh, in 1980. So I did. I had no recollection of who opened for them. I was so into Queen at the time. They toured. The Blasters were on the bill with them from January to May 1980.
July 9th, you saw them. Yeah, Queen played 4 nights in 1980 at the Forum.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see how well you can remember. Do you remember what they opened with?
Queen or the Blasters?
Queen.
Jesus, no.
1980. They opened with Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock.
Oh, you would think I'd remember that.
Does that sound familiar at all?
It sounds familiar, but was that 40 years ago?
Yeah, I understand. I know. All right. So what do you think their first song they played after that? Then they go into We Will Rock You.
They opened with We Will Rock You?
Yeah. Jailhouse Rock into We Will Rock You.
Huh.
And then Let Me Entertain You.
And what else?
And then this was for the game, so they went to play the game. It's a pretty good list. Then their encore was Sheer Heart Attack, We Will Rock You again.
Yeah.
We Are the Champions, and then God Save the Queen. Like that. I'm sure the national anthem, not the Sex Pistols. Yeah, looking at this Queen list that's
a great show.
Insane. You saw him in 80.
Yep.
I am super duper jealous.
That was my first. It was not my first concert. My first concert was the Bay City Rollers.
Yes.
But Queen was my first real adult person show.
Or you couldn't drive back then.
No. In 1980, I was only 15.
So you went so your parents took you, or did you?
I think my mother took me, which is crazy because I don't see my mother driving from Northridge to the Forum.
Good job, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Shout out. Okay, and so, yeah, and as you're 15, you don't really care about the Blasters, like you just want to see.
Right.
The band.
I think I got there early, thinking maybe I would catch them. I don't know. Because I was 15 and didn't know anything.
No, that's what's so exciting about it. It was all so thrilling. And that's probably why you remember the Blasters. It's just like, oh, okay, this is a thing. This is a band.
Doesn't apply to me.
Yeah. The Blasters in 1980, just seeing them, it was probably tough. That's a tough gig.
For them, yeah.
Yeah, because they were playing like the Palomino and, like small venues, and they're kind of a country rockabilly band. Yeah. It's an odd fit, but...
I would like it now. I don't... Other than that, I don't think I've ever seen them.
I've seen Dave Alvin a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have seen the Blasters. I don't think I have.
Really?
I've seen Dave Alvin. I mean, I've seen Dave Alvin with X.
A Blaster, yeah. You've seen A Blaster.
I've seen A Blaster. I think I think I've seen Phil sing before, but not, I guess, the Blasters. I don't know. It's the Blasters are playing Starwood and Palomino, and all of a sudden they're playing. Suddenly they're playing the Forum. Like Queen has anointed them. Here you go. Come on and play.
That's how it happens sometimes.
Love it. All right, we are
number 44.
We're just slowly rolling.
There's going to be a lot to edit.
Apparently, yeah, I know exactly. 44, Walla Voodoo, Mexican Radio.
Yep, from Call of the West.
Yes, I love this song, and I think I love the video even more. For some reason, the video sticks in my head.
Yep.
You say yep. Is there an image that sticks in your head? Like when I think of it,
what
there's a thing in the. I mean, they're singing. They're doing like this video shoot. But the one thing I remember is just a woman baking beans and lifting up the lid, and there's Stan Ridgway like in the beans, like singing, like his head is in the pot filled with beans.
That's
just
pretty
a weird
funny.
thing. So then I looked on Wikipedia, and apparently those beans were cooked by Bob Casale of Devo. So
For real?
I don't, it was in Wikipedia. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's like an image that's still stuck in my head of that whole thing. That was like a big video too. That Mexican radio.
It was a big video. See this song just reminds me of MTV. I mean, obviously we heard it on KROQ, but it was total MTV, and they did it in Tijuana, like you said, in Mexico, and they did it in a day and a half. And he said the record company, Stan Ridgway said the record company didn't want to spend money on the video. It was like an accidental hit on MTV.
I think that's how hits are made, or you don't have a budget, you just you can kind of wing it, maybe, or just kind of, you don't have to be something elaborate, like go for, everyone's going to love this. We're going to have explosions, and
fireworks,
breaking glass and things like that. Everything, it's going to be great. But, when you keep it simple and, if
and
the band
when you're
is
an
interesting.
artist.
Yeah, Stan Ridgway is, he's extremely, in that video, is extremely watchable and just kind of intriguing. And so I think that was part of the hit. Or, that's what made
appeal.
That was a huge appeal.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course, this is still on the KROQ list.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
This song made it to number 58 here on the charts, on the regular, would guess Billboard chart. 58, which I guess kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it was like
it's a little too alternative.
Yeah, but it was, it was played on MTV. It was played on our local MV3. You remember MV3?
Yes.
I remember seeing, that was actually in the title sequence, I think. And maybe that's why it sticks in my head, like, when they were doing the MV3 hosted by Richard Blade and two others, there was the image of they used a lot of those images from the video for their opening credits.
Oh, I can't even picture that, but sure,
makes
sense.
One day you'll watch. I'll send you a link of MV3.
I know you
will. It was
will.
our local. It was like our American Bandstand. Really, came home from school, and there was teenagers. I think a lot of them went to my high school, or a few of them got to dance on the MV3 show. So exciting.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah, super exciting. Yeah. All right, so we're moving. We got to keep this moving. Yeah. We're just blah blah blahing along. 43, The Pretenders, back on the Chain Gang. Yeah. Still great.
Yep.
Are we going to see Chrissy at the Bowl? Are we going to do this?
When is this?
This is this summer.
Yeah. I need a date. We need a date. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she's doing, I don't know if she's got an album coming out or anything, but she is definitely on that Hollywood Bowl calendar. Yeah. And that'd be fun. Always good to see her. Yeah. I feel like I've, kind of checking in with some artists, like, okay, good to see you, see what you're doing. Oh, you're looking good.
Thanks for having me.
These songs still sound great.
Yeah,
yeah.
So we've talked about this before. We've talked about this song specifically, and this being a tribute to, this was right after James Honeyman Scott died. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know this. I read a little more about it. So, and then Pete Farndon died, and the song "Learning to Crawl" was, the album "Learning to Crawl" was, a kind of a response.
Yes.
But then I read that the picture of you that she refers to in the song, I found a picture of you.
Yeah.
Do you know? So the picture that she found in her wallet was of Ray Davies. So the song actually started off to be about him, but then the meaning changed when James Honeyman Scott died. I'm not pointing.
Yeah. No, that's interesting.
So I didn't know that. Did you?
No. I did know it, like Back on the Chain Gang is kind of it's an homage to Sam Cooke's.
Really?
That's the sound of the men working on the Chain Gang. They do the same ooh, ah.
Yeah, because what I read is that the reference to the Chain Gang in this song is a reference to the music business, and everybody, managers, touring companies, all wanting their pound of flesh, all forcing her and the band to decide their future, hire new members, and get them back into the studio. So I thought it was a reference to the powers that.
I didn't get any of that. All I knew was it was Sam Cooke's.
Yeah. Very interesting.
No, that's she knew the song. I don't know if they gave her whoever wrote the Chain Gang song some credit, but yeah, it's kind of, I would call it an homage, kind of in tone, or just,
the song. It's when you listen to the song,
yeah, just melodically.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Moving up to 42 from an album that you can't stand and think it's just a piece of garbage and should be thrown away.
It's not true. It's not true. It's just not my favorite. No, that is not. You are putting words in my mouth.
Okay.
The song is Too Much Information from Ghost in the Machine. Yeah. FYI, listeners.
Okay. So you love this album.
No, I don't.
And you love this song. I am sorry. What?
You do.
I
You
should
mean you
listen
do.
to- I do. Not one of the most memorable songs, Too Much Information.
I happen to, as far as the songs on this album, I'm going to go against everything you say today.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do tell. Tell me about Too Much Information.
I don't have any information on Too Much Information. I like the song. It was fine. It's perfectly okay. Not my favorite from this album. I'm actually surprised it's on this list. But back in the day, it was.
So what if you were? Do you have the song list, the track listing there?
I don't, but every little thing and
A Spirits in the Material World came from this too.
Yeah, I mean those were phenomenal, and this is the highest charting song, I believe.
Is that true?
As I'm looking at, now I'm looking ahead. I don't see the Police anywhere else on here. So this was according to KROQ in this list. This was their big smash hit.
Amazing, because this is not.
I forgot. Yes.
You know what song I love on this album? The one song. It's the sound of this album. I was never a huge fan of every little thing she does. I love the Police. Yeah. And by the way, I saw Stuart Copeland get interviewed last week when I was at this conference in Switzerland.
Oh, nice.
He was a fabulous interview. He was so funny and energetic, and I just totally enjoyed it. I'll show you a video from it if you would like. I love Rehumanize Yourself. That's a song from this album I love.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some really, really good stuff on there. Is he still doing soundtracks, or what's he? He's orchestrating music a lot.
He just said they played a clip during the interview of he did the music for Equalizer, that series back in the 80s, 90s. They played it. It was really, he's good. He's brilliant. I mean, he's Yeah,
he's one of those guys where you hear a drum sound and that's that's Stuart Copeland, of course. I think there's only a few of those where you hear the sound like, that's
totally.
That's Ringo Starr.
That's Neil Peart.
I don't know what he sounds like. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, so let's
move on to the next. Can we not move on to the next one? Yeah.
Can we not? Yeah, this is our last one we'll talk about for this episode. Finally, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, The Cure,
Primary,
class of 2019, are in this song.
You like the song?
I have Primary. Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yes.
Do you know what's phenomenal about this? I mean, there's a lot of great things about this song.
Yeah, everything about it is phenomenal. Are you going to tell me about the double bass?
I love the double bass.
Yeah.
How many guitarists are playing on this song?
There are no guitars playing on this song.
How many? What are there? Any keyboard? I love the keyboards on this song.
No keyboards.
What?
There are no keyboards in Primary.
What? Is that
shocking? Yeah. I just say you keel over in shock.
No, I mean, I actually, this is one of those songs where, like, if you want to describe what the Cure music sounds like, you would just put on this song. Like, this is the Cure.
Yes.
I mean, this is like modern Cure. Good stuff. I love, lyrically, I love this song. Yeah. But there was one thing that kind of made me laugh, because I think Primary is kind of about like first sexual experiences or something. But there's a line: "The very first time I touched your skin, I thought of a story and rushed to reach the end too soon," which I think means he probably got a little too excited about this. You know what I'm saying?
Could you describe it a little more in detail?
Okay, so what's happening?
I got it.
All right.
I guess really when you think about it, see, when I read the lyrics like that, I can see what you're saying, but as I'm singing it, I don't really think about it.
Nobody does. That's why. Yeah. I mean, that's part of the fun. You can hearing songs. That's why you could hear songs over and over and over and over again, especially the good ones. You get something different out of it, and sometimes you could break it down, like just hearing, just the vocals, or just listening to the double bass, or just. I mean, there's just for something that's just got bass and drums in the song, it's phenomenal. It's really a great song, and that could get them in the Hall of Fame just for that one song.
Yeah, maybe that's what did it.
Could have been. Did you see any of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or did you hear anything?
No,
about
not yet.
But Trent did a nice. I read his speech that he read to induct them, and it was really nice. I have to send you a link of him being interviewed by this super giddy interviewer.
Was it me?
I thought of you. Now, I mean, it's just. There's so much hype sometimes on these red carpet interviews.
Yeah.
And so this woman comes up to him. "Hi, Robert Smith from The Cure. It's so great to see you. Are you as excited as I am about seeing you being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?" And then he deadpan says, well, I guess not as excited as you are.
I think I did see that clip.
You know what? That response is so Robert Smith, and it was just brilliant. And so, congratulations to The Cure.
Yay!
And congratulations to us for finishing this episode of the podcast.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, we got to talk from forever.
We're not finished.
What?
We're not finished.
What do we do?
We are doing the 1980s rock and roll quiz deck.
Okay. Of course we are.
Let me ask you, since you've, did you ask me any questions this time?
I love that you don't remember me asking you any questions. What am I doing? I'm picking a card.
Pick a card.
Okay.
Any card. And I'm going to ask you the question. Do not try and sneak a peek at it.
I can't see a thing. I can't read from that far away.
Oh, okay. You're going to get it with the first sentence.
The Cure.
No.
Okay.
This New Jersey hair metal band broke through with a number...
Bon Jovi.
There you go.
Okay.
Can I read the rest?
Yes, please do.
This New Jersey hair metal band broke through with a number 1 album in 1986.
By the way, not hair metal. Come on. Like hair pop metal.
Okay, but that's not a thing.
They were not metal. All right, go ahead.
Actually, we would just say hair band.
They were a hair band,
right.
For sure.
Okay, the album stayed at number 1 for 15 weeks, a record for a metal band.
You put that in quotes.
Air quotes, yes. Spawned 2 number 1 singles and remains one of the top 10 best-selling metal albums. 2 years later, the band followed up with another number 1 album. What band is it?
All right, well, it's Bon Jovi, and we're talking Slippery When Wet? Or are we talking about the one after that, which I can't remember what that is?
No, Slippery When Wet we were talking about.
Then there was New Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one we're talking about.
That's the one we're talking about.
Well, we were talking about the band, but
we're talking about Bon Jovi.
2 years later, the band followed up with a number 1 album. I didn't know New Jersey went to number 1.
Oh, of course. Come on, it's Bon Jovi.
Of course.
It's the middle of the 80s.
So before he made it big, John Bon Jovi, born John Francis Bon Jovi on March 2nd, 1962, in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, worked as a janitor at his cousin's recording studio and recorded his own material in his off hours. In addition to working with the band, he has appeared as an actor in many TV and film productions.
All right, that's right. He was in Young Guns, too. I was about to say.
Okay. Oh, yeah. He started, but he was one of the main.
He was going down in the blaze of glory, you know.
Yes, he was one of the guns.
He was one of the young guns.
Can we wrap up this episode of What Difference Does It Make?
Thank goodness. Let's wrap this. No. As always, a wonderful episode. Thanks, Holly. This has been great.
Thanks, Dave.
Check you later.
Oh, that's you. Over and out.